Heading to Arusha now, where Godfrey Mutizwa caught up with Calle Schlettwein. I'm sure I'm not pronouncing it right, you'll forgive me. He's Namibian Deputy Finance Minister, to get his view on the African Development Bank's progress in implementing the African project.
The African Development Bank is our bank. It's the leading development bank on the continent. And after having listened to its performance and the impact it has, I think one can only say that it is doing well. I think the focus is correct. We have to focus on creating the necessary infrastructure to make the continent more competitive. I mean, in its ability to make use of the opportunities that globalization offers. I think Africa's stumbling block is its low supply side ability. I think we are suffering of the old problem that is still lingering on, and that is we supply what we don't consume, and we consume what we don't produce. So I think the egg needs to be cracked. We must be positioning ourselves to make better use of our raw materials, of our mineral resources in terms of value addition, and we must become more competitive on the market.
Are there areas of focus perhaps that the bank you think should be focusing on, apart from what it's doing now?
As I said, I think the focus is correct. It's not from a policy point of view next to the rails. What I, however, think we should do, we should more aggressively address Africa's problems. We should be thinking more acutely about our own institutions, where we have and where we create the institutional capacity that we can attack and address Africa's problems, especially on the economic front. I think we are often in a situation where the rules of international trade, the rules of international financing are made for us instead of by us, and the benefits are often not equitably shared between Africa and the rest of the world. And I think the trade statistics to a large extent show that. We are the suppliers of raw material. We have no impact on, or very little impact on, the pricing of those commodities, yet we import finished goods, and again we have got no handle on the pricing thereof. So we are hit by a double whammy, and I think an institutional review and an institutional capacity building for Africans on the African continent would in part solve that problem.
Absolutely. Let's talk about Namibia. I mean, what we hear all over all the time, headlines in newspapers, on TVs and stuff, is that this is Africa's window of opportunity and Africa must use it productively. As far as Namibia is concerned, what are you doing to attract the investment that we're seeing coming into Africa and all the hordes of money that we know is in the global financial system because of course, the troubles in Europe?
Well, thank you for the kind words that we are the window for Africa. But we are trying to be one of the many windows that Africa can offer. I think Namibia itself is a very small but very open economy. We can offer excellent infrastructure. We can offer excellent services. We can offer excellent financial services. We have very attractive incentives for investors to come to Africa. Through being members of SADC and the SACU Customs Union, we can offer a reasonably sized market for goods to be sold through investments in
But
Namibia.
Minister, are those institutions working as much as you would like them to work?
Well, I think we can always improve. I think there are a number of issues that we have to address, and I think the main one is the skills gap that we still experience. We need some upgrading in our capacities to facilitate skills transfer, but I think the total package that we can offer is a favorable one in comparison to others. I think we should also be guarding against a, what one can term, race to the bottom, where you offer such generous packages that you put in jeopardy workers' rights or your own gain from a revenue point of view. So I don't think we want to be there.